What's up? Homie? Chill. Another nice day here in the Philippines. Nice breeze coming through. Not hot at all. Somebody's jamming out to some music. It sounds like reggae. Been trying to find what the heck happened? Anyway, that brown hat I wear sometimes, I can't find it for some reason. Looking for it. I don't know what happened to it. Got a feeling I left it somewhere. What the heck are they playing? Kid here? Oh, she's watching. I think she's watching Little House on the Prairie. Anyway, I'm waiting for people to come in. Nobody's came in here yet. Maybe I should schedule these ahead of time or something. Figure out where's a good area to sit down at. It's probably a good area. To see though. Dad, where's everybody at? Anybody home? Been on here 3 minutes already. Nobody's showing up. See reality. Hey man, how's it going? How you doing? You're the first person to show up. Where are you from, man? See reality. How's it going? Where you from, man? I can't tell. Oh, you can't tell me where you're from? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a baby. Are you a baby? I was trying to figure out what that picture was. You can't tell because you're a baby. You don't know where you're at. You might be in a baby crib. Tell you what, baby crib's better than no crib. No, a boss baby. Ah, I got you. See if it would tell me anything. Okay. Yeah, anyway. It's not showing much. Yep. Anyway, I'm over here in the Philippines, man. That's what I'm doing. Philippines living. What's up, boss baby? Who you be bossing? Yeah, what you got? Is it going to be about nighttime? Want to hear a dark joke? Let's see. Sure. What you got? Yeah, why not, man? Yeah, go for it. It's not gonna scare me off. Do it, do it. How do they? How do they? You tell me. They take them to KFC? I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. If you can't say it, it's up to you, man. I just noticed, man, as I get older, I'm starting to get these little age spots on my legs. I guess that's what they call them, age spots. I just noticed that. If anybody wants to see my beautiful legs, just let me know, though. Hey. Maybe I should dance. Might get somebody in here. You know, I never watch TV anymore. They're over there on that little phone watching something from TV. Definitely skin cancer. Well, there's a lot of them. So, as many as there is, I think I should have been a goner a long time ago. I never really paid that much attention to my body, to be honest with you. Anyway, just kidding. Lemon June. Where you from, Lemon June? Produce, the produce stand. Ouch. That dog freak keeps licking me, bro. Yeah, this dog just keeps licking me like crazy. Lemon June says, "What's your morning routine? You work out or something?" No, not anymore. I used to work. I used to do weights every morning, but I haven't been doing that anymore lately. Um, I do this, man. I just, I'll have my coffee, have my breakfast. Maybe I might walk a little bit, and then I get on here. And sometimes I do walks when I'm doing the live. I'm gonna be walking later. You think she wants to walk? She's always moving around in here, man. Let me show you how big this place is here. She's like running around, chasing birds and stuff. I'll show you. See all that space? Yeah. And then there's more over that way, but I don't want to show it their place. I meant someone else's place here. And she keeps licking me. She'll run around like crazy out there in that area. Thing is, she's scared to go down the stairs. So if you try to take her outside, go downstairs, you're gonna have to carry her because she's scared of that. And watch how she's gonna bug me. Look at her licking me. She does that all the freaking time. I think she loves me more than anybody, and it's not even my dog. She's pretty though. She's very pretty. Beautiful coat. I love this coat, man. Can I borrow your coat? What do you think? Can I borrow your coat? She's just like a woman, man. Not paying attention. Not paying attention to me. Ooh. She's a beautiful dog, though. What's her name? I call her Licky because she's always licking, but it's actually Yuki. Yeah, they named her Yuki, but I named her Licky. Anybody know what kind of dog this is? I don't even know. See, there it goes, licking me like crazy. Come on, rub me some more. Give me some more attention. Love me, love me, love me. Yuki, after the snow. Oh, is that what Yuki means? I didn't know that. So, snow in Tagalog is Yuki. I gotta do some more Tagalog language videos. I only did one, but that's my way to learn. Oh, okay, Japanese. Are you in Japan, bro? I know there's one guy, I haven't seen him in a long time. His name's AJ. He's Filipino, but he's been living and working over there in Japan. Ozzy, what's up, my man? Ozzy, you got a cute puppy too, bro. Yep. Does yours want to lick like crazy? This one is a big time licker. Oz, how you doing, man? Did you see my post? I put your name on one of my posts yesterday. So apparently Yuki, which is the dog's name, means snow in Japanese. That's what Lemon June was saying, Yuki. I need to figure out what Tagalog is. Might be the same thing. I don't know. Might be. Yep. Might be. Yeah, did you see that post? I put your name on it yesterday, Oz. As one of the nice people, the super chat people. Hey, yikes. Oh, Ozzy, did you hear about Ian? I think you know Ian. Ian living in the Philippines? Hold on. Nobody's talking. Hey. Dog's driving me mad. Can't you leave me alone? Huh? Can't you leave me alone? Hey. Anyway, I'm going to tell you this, man. I'm up here at the neighbor's home. And out here, we got a cool breeze. Beautiful weather. Like we've been having. You know, this whole month has been very nice. January was very nice too. January and February. But as I'm up here on top of well, this is still part of the house. I mean, they got a room and everything there, but it sort of feels like they're on top of the roof here, as far as U.S. standards, because of the way it looks, you know. But there's a lot of music playing out there. Maybe you can hear some of it. Sounds like there's been 2 people playing music out there somewhere. Da-da-da-da-da. Looks like somebody did some shoe washing. See that you got some very feminine shoes here. And then look at these. Really, I shouldn't say shoes. They're really all slippers. Philippines is slipper fanatics, man. Slipper fanatics. Oh, there's my shoe. I was wondering where my shoe went. And there's the other one. She said yesterday, I'm gonna wash your shoes. They're not dry yet though. You can tell I've been walking like crazy with them because the bottom's wearing out. Yep. Then we got some more over here, more slippers. The only one that's got the shoes is me, the American guy, and everybody else has the slippers. Some more slippers over here. I hit the freaking mute button. I didn't even know it. Didn't know I hit the mute button. But yeah, what I was saying was the only one that's got the shoes is the American guy, and all the other slippers are Filipino. And they got something going on up there. I don't know what it is, but it's probably at the school. You hear it? Yeah. Wonder what that is. So what you been up to, Ozzy? What you been doing, man? How you doing? Why is there no response? Let me check my filters, because I'm not getting any messages coming in. Oh, okay, we got one that came in here. This is from Stormcloak Soldier. Immigrant? Is that your way of being a polite person? Expat's a fancy word. You know the good thing about it though? Expat is a shorter word. So whenever I create titles, instead of me putting immigrant, that would take up a lot of space, I just say expat. Now wouldn't that be common sense? Wouldn't that make sense? I know you're trying to be rude. You're trying to say, hey, you're just an immigrant. You know? I know you're trying to be a bully, because that's, what you do, right? You're a fan of Trump, right? Because he's a bully, right? So you're a fan of him. Snowflake. Snowflake. Snowflake falling on my phone. Snowflakes keep falling on my phone. They ain't got a brain, better leave them alone. And say, you, what you gonna do? Who? You like my song? You get your other snowflake friends. You're gonna need them. Oh, we got something else here. I'm Canadian, laugh out loud. I'm not a Trump fan. Well, you're acting like a Trumper. You are, right? It's funny. You put down a guy. You say he's a bully, and then what do? Then you act like him after you call the guy a bully. Let's see. Pointing out that you're an immigrant. Is it bullying? Yeah, you're a snowflake. You're right. You are. Yeah, it is. I know what you're trying to do. That's some psychological BS, bro. I know what you're doing. I'm not dumb. You're a Canadian. Well, that explains a lot. You don't get any sun. You don't have any vitamin D. You're losing your mind. I understand now. My living situation, bro. Are you insane? Here's the thing. Everybody's an immigrant. You're an immigrant. It doesn't matter. We're all people. Why do you got a problem with immigrants, bro? People are people. But you know what? You're one of those snowflakes that like to attack people is what you like to do. And I'm letting you talk. I'm so nice to let you talk. I live lower than most northern states. You know nothing about geography. Really? I've been to Canada. I think I know where Canada is. So you're saying Canada is below the U.S.? You're like, oh yeah, it's below Alaska. Come on, bro. I'm talking about the U.S., not Alaska. Alaska, that's a totally different story. I mean, you could say Australia is below Guam and act like that's USA too. I mean, let's see. There are states on mainland USA that are more south than Canadian cities. Uh, so you're talking about a very small part of the U.S., bro. That's my point. Okay, so you live in the very south part of Canada. Congratulations. You know what? Okay, maybe you're aligned up with close to New York as far as across the board horizontally. But here's the thing: that area sucks too. So where you at? Montreal. You know. I mean, the thing is, you're the one that came in talking crap. So sorry, you can't handle it. More north, my apologies. Why are you so offended by everything I say? I'm not offended. You said you wanted to act like I was a fancy immigrant, is what you said. You know, that's the only thing that is stupid that you said. And you get mad because I say something back to you about it. You know? So you're the one offended, bro. Crap, all I did was say you're an immigrant. You said I was a fancy immigrant. You know? Don't, if you offended, no, you don't tell me what to do. You know, if I want to go somewhere, if I want to visit another country, I'm going to do it. You know, you're not my boss. What are you talking about? You're gonna come in my life and start bossing me around and say stupid crap? Are you insane? So you said, not my fault. You are embarrassed by living in the shack, in a tin shack. What tin shack are you talking about? I'm visiting a friend. What are you talking about, bro? You don't even know. This is not even my place here. And is that your way to bully more? You know, you just acted like you weren't a Trump supporter, but you guys always calling him a bully, and that's what you're doing. Do 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 do. Let's see, this working thing is crap. Yeah, I know, Phil. Yeah, escape it, man. Trump's doing better than Biden. Oh, he's doing way better than Biden. That's definitely. He's doing way better than Biden is. But we got a snowflake in here. This guy says he's from Canada and wants to be a smarty. Little smarty boy. Yep, did you hear that? Snowflake? Trump's doing way better than your boy Biden. And that other guy, too. What was that other guy? Justin. Doing better, a lot better than him, too. Canada. You know, what happened to you guys, man? I could definitely tell you're not a decent, hard-working truck driver. You know, you're probably living at home with your parents. Let's see. Let me sit down somewhere so I can read what kind of crap comes in. You don't like the fact that you immigrated. I know you are, Phil. I know you got your CDL. That's what I'm talking about. This guy. This guy here. He would never do anything like that, you know. This young man or young whatever it is. Listen here, I can afford to go back if I want to. Why do you think? Why do you think I'm here? Because I'm happy here. You know, y'all need to fix your country, Canada. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, you can't afford to leave Canada. Probably sells insurance. I doubt he does anything, man. I think he lives at home with his parents. That's what I think. What happened to you guys, says the immigrant. What happened to you guys? Exactly. You know, I could have went over to Canada if I wanted to, right? Why would I do that? Hang out with jerks like you snowflake? What's up, Phil? How's it going, man? If I can see it coming in the air tonight, oh Lord. Hey Phil, man, you have never mentioned your real name. Are you gonna say it? Because I know it can't be Phil Collins 420. It might be just Jim 420 or Jack 420 or something, but I don't think it's Phil Collins 420. Anyway, feels weird with this little boy popping in here like this. That's all I'm saying. Of course, I could just totally delete him. Get rid of him totally. Is that what you want me to do? Storm Cloak Soldier 6900. Cat got your tongue? Nah, man, you need someone to laugh at. Yeah, thing is, he's trying to Google something to say. Go ahead and ban me. You know you're the snowflake, not me. Trump-loving snowflake. Oh, okay. Y'all don't like the word snowflake, huh? So now you're going to reverse it. How old are you, boy? Hey, boy, how old are you? He don't want to say. He's embarrassed to say, I'm 17 and I can't get a girl. That's why I'm here with you, trying to look cool. Oh, you're 27. Ah, okay. So you're a Justin. What's that guy's name? Justin. I keep wanting to say Timberlake. Trudeau. Yeah. You're a Justin Trudeau fan? Well, congratulations on working. I mean, hard to believe that, but if it's true, congratulations. I don't think it's true, though. I really don't. Nobody is. Well, that's the smartest thing you said all day. Now you're starting to sound a lot different. Thank you for the hard work. Yeah, if you can believe what he's saying, that's the thing. A lot of people, a lot of people that go online, you don't see their face, and a lot of them you can't believe. Anyway, do you work at all in a third world country you reside in currently? Well, that's one thing you got wrong. Third world country is actually a term that disappeared a long time ago. This is called an emerging country, and it's a lot better than Canada. Like I said, I've been to Canada. And what else did you say? You said, do I work at all? Of course I work. Of course I work. I make money. But you know what? I don't really have to, right? I don't have to. I mean, I've got money as far as that goes. As far as right now, I got money. I don't have a bunch of bills that I'm paying. I don't have a bunch of debt that I have to pay off or anything like that. And I live very cheap, and I like it like that way because that keeps the money in the bank instead of me throwing it away. Exactly, Phil's right. You know, the problem is it's not even third world, man. It's what you could call it third world if you want to, but what you would say is third world prisoners, that come out of those countries. And I'm not, because Filipino, they're in your country, they're most likely a nurse or something respectable. But a lot of times it's nurse, caretaker, something like that. Hey, half Brazilian, half Filipino. What's up? How you doing? Storm says, yeah, no bills because you live. Oh my gosh. You're so full of crap, dude. So are you telling me I don't have a bed to sleep on? Are you telling me I don't have shelter? And you telling me I don't eat food? You telling me I don't buy groceries? You know? You're so full of it. And I don't believe you even work. I really don't. I think you're living with your parents. Let's see, Storm. Very good, bro. That's awesome, man. Yes, this Storm Cloak guy, he wants to call Philippines a third world country. He wants to act like it's full of poverty and it's horrible and it's disgusting. That's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to say. How rude can you be, bro? I know you try to be a leftist, but you're actually making your people look bad. Let's see what we got here. Zero dependence. Dude, I'm a lot older than you. I've already been through dependence. You're still trying to figure it out. You're trying to fill out your tax form and like, whoa, what do I do? Don't even go there. Let's see. Morning, Mike. What's up, Brian? Brian from Australia. How's it going? As you can see, Brian, still beautiful, nice day out here in the Philippines. Beautiful islands, and we got a pumpkin here that wants to talk junk about Philippines. This cloak guy, and he also wants to say I'm some kind of immigrant I'm not an expat. I'm an immigrant. What other crap they say? Anyway, Phil says, I have no kids. Probably the best choice ever made. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what does dependence have to do with it anyway? You know, what are you trying to say, bro? So you are saying you abandoned your dependence for an easier life. I abandoned my dependence for an easier life. Dude, my daughter is older than you. Are you a dependent? I have one kid that is older than you. So my question is, are you a dependent? All right. Know the responsibility of being a real human? You're funny. You're hilarious. Let's see, how long have I been working? It's been about 30, 40 years, something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time. But you don't value somebody based on all the work they did. If you did, I'd kick your butt, you know, as far as that goes. Because I've worked a lot longer than you have, son. Let's see. Samos, what's up? How you doing? And let me catch up here. Phil Collins says, imagine going home every day to a nagging wife every day. How true that is, bro. Samos says, hello, Mike. What's up? Samos. Hey, man, I saw you on something else I was looking at. It was where the guy had said something bad about Philippines. I can't remember what it was. And yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting what he was talking about, though. But I saw, yeah, you had commented on something in there. Brian says that's okay if he acknowledges his ignorance, I guess. It's a problem when people do not know they are ignorant. I don't think he's acknowledged it, though. He's just showed all he's done is show his ignorance. I don't think he says, oh, yeah, you know. I don't think he's acknowledged anything. Trump's on TV. What's he talking about? Yeah, I saw the news over there with the whole Mexico thing. It's pretty wild. Brian says, oh, hold on. Samos says, what did you do while working? Oh man, I did so many things. I worked in factory. I worked out on the farm. I was in the military. I was a manager, retail manager, and I was also a sales professional too, and recruiter. So I did a lot of different things. You know, when you work almost 40 years, it's about 40 years that I've worked. Yeah. Brian says, I always come home to a beautiful, positive wife who appreciates me and what we do together. That's what I'm talking about. That's the good life. You know, and you know where she's from? Cloak. She's from the Philippines. Yeah, his beautiful, loving, wonderful wife is from the Philippines. Cloak says, so would you call chilling in a third world country? It's not a third world country. You're talking like your great grandpa, dude. This is an emerging country. You want to go to a third world country? Go over to freaking Los Angeles and hang out on that area. I forgot the name of it. Skid Row. Yeah, hang out on Skid Row in Los Angeles. You know how many people I see doing drugs here? Never. You know, I mean, there's a lot I could talk about, but let's read on. Storm says I'd call it a waste of time. Well, you can call it whatever you want. You're wrong. Brian doesn't like Trump, and I figured he didn't. And I'm an independent, so I don't really talk much about politics because I'm an independent. I don't really push one or the other. Let's see. Cloak says extended vacation with zero purpose. Really? So you're telling me I worked 40 years and now I'm on an extended vacation? You're telling me I'm on vacation after 40 years. So you don't think I deserve a vacation now? Okay, gotcha. Phil Collins says they are always lighting cars on fire in Mexico. Yeah, I saw that, man. It's crazy, crazy stuff over there. Brian says 46 working years here. Wow, dude. So you're older than me, man. I didn't know that. I thought you might be younger than me, Brian. 22 years of marriage, by the way. Congratulations. Congratulations on both. I mean, you deserve everything that you have, man. Cloak says, I love the Philippines. Oh, now you change your story. You just got through calling it a third world country and all the other stuff, but now it changes. You're a flip-flopper. You should be a politician, man. Unlike American immigrants who think they are special and call themselves expats. Are you ridiculous? Did you go to college? Because I'm going to tell you something. That's the first time I learned about the word expat was in college, and it's not a special word. It's just what you are when you leave another country. That's what you are. I mean, what? I don't know what you're trying to say. Say it clearer. Samo says, Mike, disregard the trolls. Well, anyway, it's entertaining. Phil says, you should be working till you're dead. You sound like my dad, man. That's how he is. My father, he's almost 80 years old, and he works 7 days a week. So, yeah, you sound like him, Phil. But he's a workaholic. It's something that he loves. He used to do something else that was not something we want to talk about. But he changed his life and went into being a workaholic. And that's what he loves. I always believe you should do what you love. And if you want to work 12 hours a day, then do it. Whatever you're into. Phil Collins, oh, yeah, I already read that one. Brian says, yup, 62 years. Wow, 62, okay. Or using the, you are only as old as the woman you feel. Calculation. Oh, hold on. Calculation is 50, okay. Because she's a lot younger than that, right, man? I think you said she was, if I remember correctly, I think you said she was like 35 years old. So you're doing a calculation, 62, 35, so you're 50. Or maybe you said 30 something, 38, 36, something like that. I like working here and there. Yeah, me too. I like working some. But there's also so many things that you can do with your life. So I think some part-time work is good. But at the same time, even if you do business, right? That's work, right? The whole 11 months of me doing this YouTube stuff and doing it every single day and working on it has been work. It hasn't been a pleasure to do everything that I've been doing. A lot of times I'll go out and try to shoot videos, and I just can't shoot them because there might be too many noise, there might be too many people, and everything going on around me. Although she would argue that. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Storm Cloak says, yeah, why work hard when you can practice fall. I'm gonna skip your ridiculous stuff here, man. That's just dumb. Phil Collins says work has a different meaning for everyone. Exactly. Everything, pretty much everything has a different meaning for everyone. You know. I mean, I love coffee. I think coffee's a wonderful thing. But my daughter, she would disagree. She was like, "Oh man, that's horrible stuff. Shouldn't drink coffee." You know. Yeah. I think the big thing is that people should just hope everybody's happy doing whatever they want to do. But the problem is you got people like this guy, this cloak guy that comes in here and tries to create unhappiness for people. But it's fun. I like having a little fight. I like a little fight every now and then. Maybe I should get into boxing, man. It'll be fun. Let's see. Cloak Soldier says, yeah. Oh, yeah, we already read that crap. What the heck was that, man? Chris Patterson, what's up, man? Hey, I was trying to find that video that channel you were talking about. But there was like a lot of channels with that kind of name. I think it was, what was it called? Someone told me to check one channel and you told me to check another channel. And it was something channel. And anyway, I went there to look for it. And I don't know which one I was supposed to look for. Because they had different channels that had that same kind of name to them. Or same information and so forth. But yeah, I think it started with a D. D something channel. Hey. Folks says, do you have a favorite kind of breakfast cereal? Everybody, anybody want to add to the chat favorite kind of breakfast cereal? Man, I used to love breakfast cereal. Sometimes I'll get Frosted Flakes over here. I see that one over here, but I don't see a lot of the American ones over here. But yeah, Frosted Flakes. I don't see Corn Flakes over here. I prefer Corn Flakes actually. You know what? I think I did actually get it one time at this one store that had Corn Flakes. What about you, Soldier, or anybody else? Frosted. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Douglas Channel. Yeah, Frosted Flakes is good. I used to love that sweet stuff, man. As a kid, Saturday morning we get up. First thing we do is go to that TV, start watching those cartoons, grab some cereal. So back then, you could eat Fruit Loops and it tasted really good, or Captain Crunch. But Captain Crunch is still, I think, about the same taste. What else was back then? All those kid cereal. I wasn't never into the Tricks with the rabbit. Cookie Crisp. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see. What brought you to AC a few days ago? I answered that question, man. I saw you comment on it, and I answered it. I was, me and my girlfriend, we were traveling in that area. Just finished hanging out with a friend over there. And we were going by Angeles, and I said, hey, let's stop over here in Angeles because I can do some videos over here. And we went to Clark. I did a video on Clark. That was the old Air Force base over here in Philippines. It's a nice area where you can, go out and they do different activities. It's sort of like a big park, basically now. And the other videos I did out there in Angeles City, which you commented in one of them. I got one more that's coming. It's going to be about a hotel. That was a nice hotel that we stayed at. Cloak says Frost Flakes is always good. Says, is it Kellogg's brand over there or some other kind? It's Kellogg's. Yes, the real deal, Kellogg's. One thing we don't have, I wish we had though, is grits, man. You know, being from the South, USA, we used to eat some grits and bacon, eggs. But I got the bacon and eggs here, but I don't have the grits. Have y'all ever had that? Y'all ever ate grits before? I bet you most of the people in here probably haven't had it. Phil might have had it. Sit down, so let's try to read. Yeah, grits. Anybody else ate grits before? In Italy, they call it polenta, and I think it has some kind of different taste to it. I don't think I've ever had any polenta, but yeah, it's that's their version of grits. We got the birds out here eating. I'll show you guys. Oh, scared them off. They don't want to be on the camera. They're taking off. Samos, love grits. Hey, Samos. Bro, how old are you? Where are you from? Yeah, the video I saw you comment in, you know, it wasn't mine. It was one I went to. And they had said something negative about the Philippines, and I was trying to remember what it was. Oh, I know what it was. It was the vlogger. Yeah, it was a vlogger that got in trouble. I was looking at that this morning. Pretty interesting, man, because, you know, that's... I don't know all the details on that vlogger on what he did. You know, but it was a Filipino vlogger. And apparently he said something that they didn't like, you know. You know, and that's the thing about life. You know, we can attack, they'll let us attack each other. They'll let the poor people, not rich, but they'll let the poor people and the middle class people attack each other all day long. But, you know, that's as far as you're going to get. Asia Now with Alex, maybe. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was on that. That's where I first saw it. And then I started looking into it, so I went to some other videos. I think it was like Filipino videos, though. So it was hard to understand anything. Kept hitting the translate button to figure out what they were saying. Yep, but that's where I first heard the story at. But he didn't say too much about it, so that's why I tried to research it. But yeah, actually, I'm going to tell you the truth, man. I think that is the worst thing that I have seen in the Philippines is that right there. And you know, the crazy thing was that other video in Thailand. I don't know if you saw that or not, man, but that was crazy. It had like 6 people, and they were all, what do you call them, trans, I don't know what we're supposed to call them now, trans boy, trans lady, I don't know what they're called now. But I know Alex calls them transformers. But anyway, 6 of them were beating the crap out of this dude from Germany. And they were robbing him. They were taking his money away from him. Now this was in Thailand. I mean, think about those type of people. You know, they might have the the female features and everything. But remember, they're still a guy. But it took 6 of them, to fight him. They had him down on the ground, was kicking him and beating him up and everything. I was like, what the heck? Deceptions. Hey, you didn't tell me, man. Are you going to tell me, or you don't want people to know where you at and what your age is? I'm guessing you're over in the U.S. somewhere. I'll tell you, I'm originally from North Carolina, USA, and been over about half of the Philippines. I've traveled. I mean, there's 7,000 islands here. I don't know how many islands I've been to, but I was looking at the map and I was like, I've been here, here, here. I mean, it's like crazy. Oh, that's right. Deception, Decepticons. Anyway, reminds me of that Prime, what was it, Optimus Prime and all that stuff. 7803. I think it used to be 76 something. Now I guess the latest number is 7803. They keep finding, most of these islands are actually not above the water. They're below the water, but they still count them as islands. So it's not like anybody's living on them or anything. Unless it's maybe a crawdad or something. Crayfish or something like that. Samo says former New Yorker. Oh, now in Pennsylvania. Oh, okay, I got you, bro. Maybe you did tell me you were in Pennsylvania. I'll try to remember that. Samos. So you have Filipino. Oh, are you the one that told me you were up in the mountain area? The Poconos? Like you were telling me it was like freezing up there? Somebody told me that. Can't remember who it was. Freezing in the Poconos. I mean, think about Philadelphia. It's a beautiful place, but it's expensive. That government stuff is pretty high there. The gas prices were high, I remember. I don't know if it's changed much. Yeah, the Poconos. Oh, okay. So you're the one. All right. What kind of gas price y'all got now, I was talking to my mom. It was yesterday or day before, and she said the gas in North Carolina was about $2.63, $2.63, which isn't too crazy, because I remember when it used to be like $3 something, almost $4. Yeah, it was about $4. $3.47. See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's like 80 cents higher over there. Too much tax, man. Around Pennsylvania and New York, they have so much tax. And that mayor there in New York City wants the taxes to go up even higher. Yeah, I don't think I'd be too happy over there, man. I mean, I think it would be a beautiful place. I haven't been to the mountains of Pennsylvania, except for around Hershey. I was over there. But I haven't been to Poconos. Am I right? Is it beautiful? But, yeah, I'd hate to pay that much for gas. And I'm sure the groceries are pretty high, too. We got the birds over here. Let's see. ay. Dog's licking me like crazy again. See, every time I put the camera over there, they run off. It's like they know I'm recording them. Ay, ay, ay. Daily here around 180 to 199. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's yeah, we do a gallon. I don't know if you know that, Brian. In the U.S., yeah, it's a gallon. So he's saying three something a gallon, 347 a gallon. And yeah, it surprised me. That's one of the things that surprised me when I got over here to the Philippines. It was when I got off the plane and got in the taxi, and I looked out at the gas stations, and it said like $1. I can't remember, $1.50 or something like that. It was $1 something. And I was like, holy crap, gas is cheap. But then I didn't think about it being liter, you know. I was like, oh yeah, that's why it's so cheap, because it's not a gallon. But at first, when I saw the price, because I'm still in that, you know, American mode, you know, just getting in a plane, seeing the gas prices, and then getting off the plane. Yeah. Anyway, Sambo says mayor in New York wants to tax whites more crazy. Really? I mean, is he really saying that exactly? He's like, we gotta increase the tax on the whites. Is that what he's saying? Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. Ah, trying to come over here in the Philippines in May. Where are you going to go to? Have you decided on where you want to be at? Maybe somebody you're talking to over here and they're in a certain area. We have a lot of people that say, hey, I'm coming over there. I got a girl in this area. I'm going to go see her. Chris says I have, 2.26 thousand subscribers. Yep. Yes, literally no joke. Oh, I believe you. I mean, you're looking at the news channel too. I mean, so I was like, he must be serious. Yeah. Yeah, I like Alex's channel. Yeah, I've been looking at that channel for at least a year. About 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years now. Cebu, I'm thinking. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a lot of people go to Cebu. That was my first place I went to, by the way. And I have a video talking about, like, my opinion of Cebu. Hey. But, yeah, I winded up leaving there. I went over to Bohol. And then I took a ferry ship, and went up to Manila. And then I went from Manila up to Angeles City because I had a girlfriend there. You know, that was the whole reason of coming over. And at the time, I had to go through Cebu because they had COVID restrictions where they were only sending people through Cebu due to the restrictions they had. And this was because I couldn't get my second shot. And the doctor basically wouldn't let me get a second shot. I had a allergic reaction to the first one. And Brian says 3.78 per gallon. So if my calculations are correct, 180 would be 482. That's most likely, man, because over in Australia, you know, you guys are making more money than Americans are making. So, from what I've seen, anyway. You can tell me what you think, but feel free. But from what I've seen, yeah, I'm making more money over in Australia. I can tell you the minimum wage is about 3.5 times more in Australia than it is in the USA. About 3.5 times. And if that Canada guy's in here, he could tell us what the minimum wage is over there. I think it's pretty high too. I think it's about 3 times higher than the USA. And there's so many people over in the USA that will still say, it's the best country in the world. What do you think, man? Brian, what's the best country in the world? What do you think is? Actually, I'll ask everybody. What do y'all think is the best country in the world? Get everybody's opinion. Samo says, I like Manila, but not too many decent low-cost places and no vloggers talking about expat life in Manila. Oh, there's tons of vloggers in Manila. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, you said vloggers. Oh, just check out my check out BGC videos. I got a playlist about BGC. That's really going to be the nicest city area in all of Philippines. I do walks and I show different places. I even show the condos. You can even look at the tours I give of the condos and the prices and so forth. But yeah, you'll be able to see the area because I walk all around it with the camera. Brian says, yes, mandated minimum wage is $25.20. Yeah, and over North Carolina, USA, it's $7.25, I believe. 7 something. I think it's $7.25. I believe it is. So see how huge of a difference that is, man. Anyway, what's the best country in the world, guys? Let's see what people got to say. Brian, dear. Chris says deer. That's not a country. What are you talking about, man? Let's see. The country you come from is always the best. I disagree with that. I know an American guy. He went to every single country except for North Korea. He said the Philippines is the best. Now, I can't say that because I haven't been to all the countries he went to. So, can't really answer it. All I can do is guess, like everybody else. But no, I definitely don't think USA is the best. Chris Patterson says America. He likes America. A lot of Filipinos like USA. And I appreciate that, Chris. I mean, I appreciate that you appreciate USA. I even did a video about that, about how the Filipinos appreciate USA so much. They appreciate USA more than the Americans do. Same minimum. Oh, really? Wow. See, that's crazy, man. You're paying the higher taxes there and higher gas prices, and you guys have the same minimum wage as North Carolina. And that minimum wage has not gone up in 15, 20 years, something like that. Brian says, plus minimum 4 weeks leave. See, there you go. We don't get that, man. I remember the last job I did over in the USA. My first year, they gave me, I think it was a week, if I remember correctly. 7 days, or might have been 10 maybe, but something like that. I think it was 7 days. Let's see, sick day accrual 1 per 6 weeks of work. Wow, bro. 12.5 on top of it. Wow, that's crazy, dude. The country you are happy in is the best, I think. Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, the country you're going to be happy with, but which one do you think will make you the most happiest? For me, since I'm not very wealthy, I think Philippines would make me the happiest. Now, if I was very wealthy, I might pick a different country outside of the Philippines. But not being very wealthy, I would definitely pick the Philippines from, different places that I've been and researched and everything. Chris says, later we are going to get some medicine. Now, if I'm a young person like Chris, oh, you're still sick, Chris? I'm sorry about that, man. But if I was a young person like Chris, that's a different story. A lot of them want to go to another country to work. So if you don't have money in the bank and you have to rely on work, then it makes sense that they want to, live in maybe Canada or Australia or USA to get good pay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Chris. But it's good you're getting your medicine, though. UK lady says, England is beautiful. Have you been? Unfortunately, I have not been UK. Is that the best country in the world, UK? UK lady? I bet it is. She's even got it in her name. She's really proud of UK. And if it's the best country in the world, why do you think it's the best country? I'm not doubting it. I don't have much of an opinion on UK. I've never been there. Of course, I do have opinions, but I've never been there, so I can't say if it's the best or the worst, or in the middle. Anyway, let's see. Samos says, unfortunately, Chris is still sick, but he's getting his medicine. Samos says, if you have enough money, any place will make you happy. North Korea, you better have a lot of money to be happy there. Let's see. UK lady says, oh no, I've traveled everywhere. I lived in the Azores. That was heaven. Where's that at? I don't know where that is. Nicole Nelson, what's up? How you doing, Nicole? Good to see you again. You're tripping. We're getting closer to Nicole's birthday. She's got a birthday Saturday, guys. If y'all see her, you gotta wish her happy birthday. UK lady says, islands 500 miles west of Portugal. Oh, okay, I do know where Portugal is. And, okay, so west of there. The Azores. Okay. I bet you that's very beautiful. I've heard a lot of good things about Portugal. Yeah. Nicole says, I'm doing fine, thank you. Okay, so you're saying, hold on now. You're from England, but you're saying the best country in the world is Azores? I don't even know if that's a country. Maybe that's part of Portugal. Oh, Nicole's doing fine. All right. I'm glad you're doing fine. P8D. What does the P8D stand for? Pad, maybe? Nicole Nelson, pad. UK lady says, yes, in the middle of nowhere. Was stationed there a few years ago. Yeah, I thought they had some military spots out there. Oh, you're originally from Oklahoma. Okay, you're originally from Oklahoma. Then you went over to Azores. And now you're in UK. And so what's the answer to the question, man? What's the best country in the world, in your opinion, from what you guys know now? I know Brian said whatever country you come from. I think that's being a little bit biased. Samo says, I was looking at other Southeast Asian countries, which I don't blame you. I don't think there's going to be, I think you're going to find a lot of great countries in the Southeast Asia. And you might want to do what some of these guys do. They go to one and then they'll go over to another one for a while and just travel around. I don't know if you're in the position to be like a nomad, but if you can make that happen, bro, be a nomad and be able to do that kind of thing, that's awesome. The only reason I don't want to do it is because I hate planes. I'm not a big fan of planes. I only get in them when I have to. That's the only time. And I was military that was doing rappelling and stuff, but yeah, I still don't like planes. Samo says, I was looking at other Southeast Asian countries, but the language barrier sucks. Yeah, and that's a big thing to me too. And the number one thing, I looked it up, man. The number one thing that is important to Filipinos over here. Anybody want to guess? Not saying money. I know there's probably some guesses going to say money, but let's take money out of the equation. Let's see. Chris Patterson says, I'm excited for my birthday because I'm having an ATV. When's your birthday, Chris? Bro, you got some rich parents to get you an ATV. Nicole Nelson says, I mean, I think Idaho is decent, so I don't know, though, your favorite state. Oh, as far as states go, I think Idaho would be a great place. And I'm a fan of where I come from, North Carolina. My favorite state, I'll be honest with you, I'd probably pick West Virginia because it's so cheap to live there, and because I used to work over there. I was on the borderline of Virginia and West Virginia, and the mountains are very beautiful. And I don't know how it is now. I mean, things have changed because all the drug stuff happening. But back then, when I worked over there, those people that had so little, that didn't have much money, were absolutely some of the nicest people that tried to work hard. They worked in the coal mines and logging and different things. But they have a hard time out there, But it's very cheap and it's very beautiful. And the mountain people can be very wonderful. Let's see, Chris says we're not rich. Yeah, I mean, ATV though, bro. I mean, my parents can never afford that. Let's see, Chris says it's just the present because I keep getting honors and graduation. So now I'm going to give the answer to your question because you are pointing it out right there, brother. The answer to the question was, what's the most important thing in the Philippines? Number one is family. Family. And you can see Chris here. His family, they supported him to get honors and graduations. Now even though they're poor, they're getting him a very expensive gift. Man, you're lucky, bro. You're lucky to have some wonderful parents, a wonderful family. That's another thing over here is a lot of the family will stay with each other. Grandma will stay with the parents and the grandkids, have a lot of extended families staying with each other. Big families. Nicole Nelson says, laugh out loud, I have family from where you're from. All from North Carolina. Did you tell me you were Florida, Nicole? Hold on. Well, I know you mentioned Idaho. I remember that. And you mentioned another state. Brian's back in the house. David C. says, hey, Mike, probably take flights over there in April. Awesome. Will you be in Manila? Because I'll probably be in Manila in April, man. UK lady says family is great priority. Exactly. Brian says it depends on the person. It depends on the person. Are you talking about the family thing, Brian? Samo says, Mike, what healthcare insurance options are there? Any you can recommend? Yeah, there's actually a guy named Mike. I can't think of his last name. And there's a lady, and they sell the same insurance. And I can't remember the name of it on the top of my head, but I could get that for you. I've looked at different health insurance options, and so far that's the best one I've seen, and that's what a lot of vloggers recommend. I think his name is Mike Estes or something like that, but I know he lives up in North Luzon. But the lady that's selling it, she's actually living, I think, Dumaguete, over close to Cebu. So if you're ever in Cebu, might want to talk to her. But the thing about Mike is he's an American, and the lady, she is a Filipina, but she speaks her English is wonderful. She seems very, very smart too. They both are very smart, I would say. But yeah, I can get the information for you. I need to get that together anyway. Maybe do do some kind of video on that kind of stuff. Samo says, Mike, we already answered that. Nicole says, yes, but then Idaho has pros and cons. So yeah, what's the cons? I mean, I can think of the pros. I mean, it's beautiful mountains. I think the weather wouldn't be too bad, you know. But anyway, David C says, agree, UK has beautiful locations, but it's dang cold and need vitamin D tablets, so no sun. David C says, yes, Manila. We'll let you know, take you for a meal of choice and pick your brain if you have time. Yeah, that's fine, man. Of course. Anyway, and you said, oh, I thought you said we will. I was like, oh, it must be with a girl, but no, it says we'll let you know. Chris says, but sometimes we're going to use it to help in farming stuff. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's another thing, man. You get to experience some physical labor, so it's not just like you get to have fun with an ATV. It's going to help you in that way too. Nicole says, I mean, RN, it's so cold. Right now it's so cold. I can't go outside. Laugh out loud for help. So you're in Idaho right now, Nicole? And I appreciate that, David C, on the invitation. Yeah, I'll definitely take you up for it, man. Man, I wish I could get my income over here better, because if I don't, I have to go back to the U.S. So I'm hoping it improves. I mean, the last time I went back to the U.S., I made over $80,000 in 1 year. But over here, man, I've been doing YouTube for almost a year and haven't even made $200. So, but that's life. You know, it's like a business, man. It's going to start out slow. You just kind of stay with it and keep doing it, and, let it grow. Samo says, Mike, is America reopening or building military? Yeah, they are. Yep, over there where I was talking about. I think that's where they're at, or they're close to it. It might be over at Subic Bay. They're either Subic Bay or Clark, somewhere over that way. Yeah, they have some troops over that way. I think I was going to say Clark, but I don't know. It might be Subic Bay. Anyway, both of those areas are sort of close to each other. I've been to Clark, I've been to Angeles City, but I didn't go out to Subic Bay, and I really would love to go to Subic Bay. That's basically a beach area here, and they say it's nice, very nice place. But you got so many beautiful beaches, that I have been to. I just haven't been to that one. Let's see, Chris says it's starting to get cloudy here in the Philippines. Yeah, I'll show you what we got. Of course, Chris is over in a different area, but you know what? The months are going to change eventually. David C says you have an MBA, so plenty of consulting opportunity remote for expats looking at real estate there. Hold on, let me think about what you're saying here. Have an MBA, yeah. So plenty of and consulting. Are you talking about working for a real estate company? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about there. Anyway, Chris says 11 a.m. I'm back. Wrens like toe munchers. Hey, Wrens. 10 p.m. here in New Hampshire. Yes, 11 a.m. in the morning here, Oz. Nicole says it's 8:03. Let me know what. I gotta put that in my head to get that number for who was it that asked for the health insurance? It was Samos. Yeah, get Samos that information. Android now at our place. Yeah, that's weird, huh? Why did you say Android? Samo says Philippines is going to just get more expensive now with the U.S. military expanding there. Well, I think I heard it. I think I heard they were putting like 50 troops over here, or soldiers. What I guess you'd call it soldiers. So I think there's like 50 soldiers over here. That's not a huge number. Being in the Army, I remember the amount of number I had, what we had in the U.S. Army was around 200 to 250,000 people, in the whole U.S. Army. And I don't know why my number keeps saying 0. I think it has something to do with my signal as far as people in here, because there's people talking. But I think there's some kind of signal problem or something. And I think that sort of throws off the number. Nicole, take care. Yeah, I should be here again about this time, or about an hour earlier. So I don't think it's going to be a massive amount of people, is what I was getting at. Samos, I don't think there's going to be a huge difference in expense, because I don't think there's going to be a lot of people over here. If they have a lot of troops, they might, maybe have a few hundred, maybe. But a few hundred is nothing for a country that has, about 150 million people, I think. Can't remember exactly, but. Ren says, I'm going to challenge the other section in Damath in Philippines. Okay. Nicole, take care. David C. says, marketing real estate developments, private equity options, etc. in Philippines for expats that cannot do due diligence operationally. You are a good location to do it. Yeah, it would have to be an online gig that basically isn't Philippine owned. So on my visa, I can't work for a Philippine company. And I guess that's what you're hinting at, though. Let's see. Okay, take care, Nicole. Chris says, I'm going to go to school tomorrow. I hope. Oh yeah. I hope you're better, man. I can hear the ice cream guy out there ringing the bell. Samo says, Mike, any other vloggers you watch here? Yeah, because I usually watch people that I'm like friends with, that are that we support each other, kind of thing. Like Mike and Venus. I'll watch them some, and Randy's World Philippines. Me and him, we have collabed several times. And who else? There's several out there that are full of crap, man. That I recommend not watching. But that's two that I could think of off the bat. My friend Bama, he's not really been doing much, and he was trying to get started, but I used to watch his stuff. Ian, who just passed away. Ian passed away yesterday. He's another one of my friends, and I used to watch his stuff. And I probably will keep watching his stuff as long as his channel still stays there. He's got a lot of videos. Let's see who else. I sort of like watch Sick Grandpa just because he's funny. he's I don't know, he's a clown basically. He's crazy. You know, I don't know if I can believe everything he says, but he's a funny guy. Mike or any vloggers? Okay, yeah, I read that. Chris says we are going to buy some ice cream later, but I cannot eat too much. Yeah, you don't want to eat too much especially if you have congestion. You know, because that's not going to really help you if you're congested. Did you find my channel? Oh, that's your channel? Douglas channel? Bro. Oh, okay. Maybe I go to your name. I put your name in there. Maybe it will find it. No, I haven't. I'm going to go to my laptop and look it up later after I eat lunch. I'm going to have some lunch here soon. But, yeah, I don't have my laptop here. And if I jump out of this, then I might screw something up. Let's see what else. It's not a video where there's a boat or something. Yeah, I saw one that had like a couple animation. Is that the one? There was a couple animation videos on it. Glimmerous says, Big Mike, what's up, man? How's it going? Chris says, before I tried to search my channel and then it just showed up on a video. Yeah, I did see the boat one you were talking about. And I saw another one that had some animation stuff. I was thinking maybe that's yours, but I wasn't sure. Or I didn't even know it was yours. I just know you told me to check out that channel. So Samo says, what income would you say is good to be comfortable there? You know, I'm actually going to do a video about comfort because it really depends on the person, right? I mean, Samos, if you're a young man or if you're older, you know, comfort is going to be a different thing for somebody younger and somebody older. But something I have to think about, really. You know, that's why I haven't done the video yet, because I'm actually going to think it over and put it together and you know, plan it out and all that kind of stuff before I make the video. I've been thinking about it a little bit, but not much. You're 48, okay. So you're you know. And how picky are you? You know, that's going to be another thing. You know, you're 48, but how picky are you? Because if you're like my mom, oh my gosh, it's going to take a lot to make her comfortable. What's up, Max? Hey, man, how's it going? Yeah, you know, I mean, like she'll go into Burger King. Well, not Burger King. We'll say chicken place called Bojangles. She likes to go there. And she'll say, I want my French fries fresh. You know, and I want the chicken to be fresh. And don't put too much salt on it. And they're like, okay, ma'am, but you're going to have to wait 20 minutes. And she's like, that's okay. I'll wait. So, yeah, she's like super picky, man. So it depends on how picky you are. Is he micro? Oh, okay. As far as a place goes, I got an apartment here. I'll probably post it either today or tomorrow, and it's furnished. I think we talked about this before. It's $400, or about $400 a month, and it's not far from where I'm at. And this is close to the beach. This is a Province area. It's a lot nicer than where I'm staying. So yeah, it's a very comfortable place, and it's about $400 a month. As far as other areas, I remember being in Cebu. You were talking about Cebu, and I looked at a condo. And Max, I think I said hello to you, man. I think so. Say hello again just in case I missed it. I was looking at a condo in Cebu, and that was about $400 too, and it was a brand new condo, close to the mall. It was a studio though, studio apartment or studio condo, yeah. And it has been a couple of years ago, about almost 3 years ago. It's been about 3 years ago. So they might want a little bit more than that now. They might be at $500 a month now. But I would say it would be four to $500 a month now. And if we look at the super nice place like we were talking about, BGC, that is a lot of foreigners live there in BGC, and from all over the world. I mean, if you can afford something like that, then I'd say around $700 a month. A very, very, very wonderful place. I think it's better than anywhere, in my opinion, besides Hawaii. I know Max is in here. Max loves Hawaii. I can't. I'm not gonna say against Hawaii. But in my opinion, it's better than any place in the U.S. as far as a city. I'm talking about a city area. But yeah, you should check out those videos. I was talking about BGC videos. Let's see. Samo says, so 1,500 more or less. I can't cook to save my life. Yeah, you probably want to be about 1,500 because that's about how much I was spending when I first got over here, and I was living very, very comfortable at about 1,500. Yeah, and I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't realize how much I spent. I thought it was closer to about 1,200. And then I started thinking about it real hard. Okay, I spent this, and yeah, it was closer to 1,500 actually back then when I first came over. And basically, that's the year that I was living in Manila, and I stayed in different places. I stayed in hotels and everything, man. And I could have saved half my money, if I would have known what I know now. But back then, yeah, I spent about $1,500 a month. David C says, I dealt with some Filipino agents and they seem not always informed. Oh man, I mean, true. Possibly building a large portfolio of discounted real estate for expat retirees who want to deal with a senior American. I have been thinking about some of the stuff that you're talking about here right now. Yeah, the organization over here, I'm gonna be honest, is not that great as far as organizing things. A lot different than the U.S. Chris says, but I deleted some stuff, so I guess I can video some more. Elijah Man, what's up? Did I touch your drum set? Of course, man. I gotta bang some drums every now and then. David C says, so due diligence. I had some other investors ask me about discounted real estate in Manila, and they often want video tour and checking all the legals. Man, where are these investors coming from? Are these UK people you're talking about? You're talking about people you meet over in UK and they're from England and they're wanting to invest over here? Because I can tell you this, we got, I think you brought it up. We got a lot of Koreans that do business over here, and we've got some of those condos in the BGC video is owned by the Japanese. David says, drone video meeting agents and lawyers for expats not there. Would have made my experience easier. Yeah, like I said, man, it's not that organized. I mean, somebody does that here. They take the time to do stuff like that. They can make a business out of something like that. I mean, I see opportunities left and right. I think business opportunity here is better than over in the U.S. I mean, for one, there's not as much red tape. You know, they make everything so expensive in the U.S. to do. I mean, I used to own a place. I didn't talk about my entrepreneurship that I did, but I used to own this place, and we did desserts, we did cakes, and we did all sorts of stuff. And basically, it's just so much red tape. If it was a full-fledged restaurant, it would have cost me a lot more to do it. So that's why I didn't go into a full-fledged restaurant. I did mostly cakes, desserts, and different things like that. Elijah says, David C., have to dispute that. Just don't spread confusion. They're not the UK people. David, clarify, please. Thanks. He said multiple times, it's not that organized, David. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the investors will be, are you're talking about. Usually, if it's an investor over here, like I said, it's usually an Asian country. I he might not be able to say. I remember I was going to work for this company, and I was wanting to start the same kind of business that they were doing, and they wanted me to sign a contract where I couldn't. What do you call it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. My brain can't think, but sometimes you can't say certain things. Where I couldn't talk about the business and try to get their customers and stuff like that. Filipinas are gorgeous, but if you get the wrong one, forget it. What's your opinion, Mike? Oh, hello, beautiful people. What's up, Carrie? How you doing? Good to see you. Mike, you need to eat lunch, broski? Not yet. Let's see. Let me answer these questions here. Filipinos are gorgeous, but if you get the wrong one, forget it. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely, Semos. Yeah, I mean, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know, y'all can tell me your experience. In my opinion, the more beautiful a girl is, no matter what country she's from, the worse she tends to be. What do y'all think? The worse she tends to be. Andrew and Epstein abroad. I didn't know he was still walking, man. Is he still walking, Elijah? Let's see. David C. says, yes, UK investors from London, etc. Also Americans I talked to in Coast, looking at Philippines for rental real estate. Oh, okay. It's a good thing that supposedly, that other foreign places can't just buy the land out here, because man, we would be already taken over. I mean, stuff is so cheap out here; it would already take over a bunch of areas. But we got plenty of condos. The condo supply is huge, and they're building them like crazy. So, got plenty of those to go around. Chris Patterson says, at our place, it's raining right now. Yeah, you said it was getting cloudy. David C. says, Well, I'm. I don't know why you said that, bro. Country kind of crazy says, the cuter the man, the more full of himself he is. Then we got the female side kicking in. Nobody answered that. You noticed that, Carrie? I didn't have a guy that would stand up for the men, but girls always stand up for the ladies. You know, like why? But yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right there too. You know, I think it's people. Yeah, I'm used to just having guys in here. But yeah, I think the more attractive a person is, usually the more worse they are. And I think a lot of it depend. I mean, it's about they have so much given to them. You know, so much attention given to them, so much materials given to them. You know, and they just become spoiled, rotten brats. Let's see. Elijah says, "You know exactly what I mean. Which people do you mean investing, Lord Mandelson?" I don't know that person, man. Carrie says, "No, I know plenty of." Ah, would you agree with that on the female side? I mean, you already said it about the guys. So you agree with it on the female side? The best looking they are, the worse they are. Uh, David says, "I work in asset management, real estate, private equity in London. Many diversifying their portfolios and other vacation spots to work remote." Yeah, I think he's being real, man. I don't think David's lying. Hold on, Elijah, and I'm sorry, we got Mary. Mary's in here. Hey, sir, how you doing, Mary? Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. How are you doing? And how's Carrie doing? And Elijah doing? I don't think I asked you guys. How are y'all doing? Yep, I agree. She says. Elijah says, if it's cultural appropriation to make a tea and let it sit for 2 minutes, allowing brew time, then what is the appropriate dialect to have when two people meeting but brewing coffee and too steep? Dialect? Heck if I know, man. Elijah says, diversification, yes. However, some things are to be disputed. It's natural. Elijah, man, you're deep, bro. Yeah, definitely. I just want the ice cream, man, if I could stop him. I'm like a kid out here, y'all talking business like crazy. Man, it's like this for me. It's like every day I'm just like blessed. Here's the ice cream guy, by the way. Like showing my ice cream guy off. Get like great prices from him on some ice cream. But anyway, it's like for me, man, every day I just feel blessed that I get to be alive again. And you know, like I said, I lost one of my friends here 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just happy to be alive, man. And I just live life like YOLO. You know, you only live once, and that's how I live life. I live life two things: no worries, and you only live once. And you know, just do whatever I have to do to survive. You know. Carrie says a lot of the well-to-do women say their rich, cute men have no. Their packages are lacking, but they just want the money. That wouldn't surprise me. You're a trip, Carrie. Elijah says, best food you've had in Manila, which isn't vanilla. In Manila was the crispy pata. Yeah, crispy pata. And right here where I'm at, there used to be a restaurant across the street that had some awesome food. And I went over there one day and got like steamed shrimp and a bunch of vegetables. Yeah, and it was freaking delicious. But they closed it up. And I'll tell you why. You know, my opinion why. It's because the people can't afford it. You know, out here in the province area, they can't afford like a super nice meal like that, man. But in Manila, you know, you do have those BGC people and all those other people up there. And plus, they just, you know, they just make it. Anyway, hygiene rating, I have no idea, bro. Samo says, Mike, do you vlog with a phone? Yeah, it's an iPhone 11. Have camera equipment, any suggestions? Yeah, I have an iPhone 11. I would definitely try to get something better because the battery doesn't last very long. As a matter of fact, it's at 12% right now. I don't know which one. I think the latest one I think is supposed to be probably the very best one for vlogging, I believe. This one was a lot better than the one I started with. I just got this one a couple months ago, used iPhone 11, and I started out with a SE. iPhone has great camera, great video quality. Even that SE was great. It just had even worse battery in it, and had a small screen. And just got microphones about like 3 weeks ago. So I was using the iPhone microphone before that. I mean, I started off like bare bones, bro. Have you cleaned your hands? Now it's time to clean them, actually. Let's see, so. Whew, I'm starting to get hungry. Where's my girlfriend at? Her sister's still sleeping, bro. It's 11:30. And she's still here sleeping. Hello? Not yet, but I still got 10% on battery right now, so. 11 has excellent viewing angle. Angels. 11. Hold on. What are you talking about? 11 has. Oh, the angles. Okay. You put angels. I was like, what's he talking about? Yeah, it's supposed to be a good one as well. So that SE was good. This one's better. And then if you move up to at least, I think it's 13, then I think it's a big improvement than the 11 is. Yeah, I believe it was 13, I think is what they told me whenever I was trying to figure out what's the best one. But the price was, you know, just too much, and so I didn't get a 13, I got an 11. Elijah, yeah, I have a girlfriend. Yeah, unbelievable, right? You're like, man, this guy is broke. I had somebody put that in the comments. This guy is broke. And then somebody else said, it's amazing, he has a girlfriend. Samo says, ever have oh yeah, food poisoning, yeah. Yeah, you can look in my comment section on my channel, and I talked about the food poison that I had, and I wasn't able to do videos for like 4 or 5 days. I wasn't doing live. Yeah, because I got food poison. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that. You know, if you want to know safety tips, though, I got a video. It's called 15 Safety Tips. That'd be good to watch. 15 safety tips, and food poisoning's in there. That's one of the tips. Carrie says, I'm at the point in my life where I'd rather have a good sense of humor and a bop than a guy with money and nothing to offer. Okay, she's looking for a young guy over here. If anybody is out there listening, good sense of humor and yeah, exactly. I think most ladies want that, really. I don't think, I think the immature ones are the ones that want the money. Money, and then you really find out when you get older, money is not what makes you happy. You know, that's not really the answer to happiness. And a lot of the guys, they'll think, oh yeah, we need money, but no, the immature ones, they look at it like, oh, I can make a killing off of these simps that are giving me money. So that's why they just keep rolling with it, you know. But sometimes I don't think they always eventually figure it out that um, it's not the best life to sleep with, you know, 200 guys a year and all that kind of thing. And then sometimes, you got to do what you got to do. Let's see. But that was hilarious. Thank you, Carrie, for the entertainment. Elijah says, good for prawn. What do you do for a living? What do I do for a living? Well, now, I mean, I've had savings, so I've been living off of savings. I don't have any income except for YouTube. So I make a very small amount through YouTube. And I'm looking for online work, but it can't be with a Philippines company. It would have to be with a company outside of the Philippines because of my visa. Elijah, and I guess it might have to be with a U.S. company. Now that I think about it, no, it don't. I don't think so. Because I was going to work for this Korean company, but they didn't want to talk to me because they said, "Oh, you're too old. We're not going to even interview you." I mean, I'm 53 years old, but they thought I was too old. I'm like, okay, whatever. They didn't even talk to me. They didn't even, yeah, they just saw that I was 53 and they didn't want to talk. Let's see, what's my content, bro? It's all about the Philippines, man. It's all about being out here in the Philippines, culture, the people, the places, and my life in the Philippines, and talking to different people in the Philippines, girls looking for guys. Yeah, it's all about the Philippines. Elijah says, look at this. That's not nice, bro. Elijah, man, you're mean, dude. Chris says, it's starting to get cloudy at your place. Is your revenue through YouTube a lot? No, it isn't. No, it just started, as a matter of fact. It took me 11 months to make it happen, so just started. So, remember, I got Super Chat guys now, in case y'all ever want to send for... Let's see, what are we at? We are at about 9%, so we'll keep going. Starting to get cloudy at your place. A little bit. That looks like it might have some rain there coming out that way. But overall, it's pretty nice here. I heard Mindanao was getting some rain over in that area. I tell you what, I'm very impressed with the weather where I'm at, man. I think it's absolutely wonderful out here. Basically, you just got to think about Philippines is going to be different depending on what area you're in, what location you're in, If you're in the south, you're in the north, you're in the east, you're in the west. It really just depends. Carrie says, Elijah, are you 10? You ask a lot of personal questions. What do you need to do to... Okay, I'm sorry. Elijah wants to know, what do you need to do to get Super Chat? You have to reach monetization. Oh, that's loud. You have to reach monetization level. So to reach monetization level, you have to get 4,000 watch hours on your videos. And I've done this already, but it took me 11 months, or actually it took about 10 and a half. And you get 4,000 watch hours, and you have to get, it's 500 subscribers, I believe. Actually, it's 3,000 to get to Super Chat, and then it's 4,000 to get to ad revenue. Yeah. And then I think it's 1,000 subscribers to get to ad revenue. But to get a super chat, I believe it's 503,000 watch hours. Let's see. Carrie says, Elijah, you tend to just live your life and don't worry about other people. Samos says, connection is starting to decline, Mike. Yeah, maybe it's my battery. Sounds like a kid. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I'm suffering mentally. Sorry about that, Elijah. And Carrie says, then say that, Elijah, we want to help you, so speak your truth, and maybe we can give you a solution. Okay, don't gang up on me, you moron. Anyway. I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say except I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day, because here's the thing. I'm not going to be on here much longer anyway. The battery's about to die. Let's be honest. You're trying to out me here. No, Elijah. Nope. If I was trying to out you, I would have deleted you or already got rid of you. No, nobody's trying to out you, bro. This is Mary. What's up, Mary? What's up? Anyway, guys. Any other questions or anything? And Mary, I really appreciate what you did and everything. You know, last time you did that super chat, membership thing, all that stuff. I thought about that later. I thought about it when somebody did the higher number. I thought, man, I got too excited and I wasn't nice enough to Mary. So. Let's see. No, Elijah, we are all suffering from something. That's true. Yeah, she's right. Carrie's right. Exactly. Enjoy your life as much as you can, because you never know. You know, I heard this quote. The other day, and it was pretty cool. You got your past, you got your present, and you got your future. And the person said, the past is history, the future is mystery, and the present is now, I think it is. I don't know. But anyway, the history mystery part is what I remember. And the present is now. Or something like that. It was something else, though. It wasn't now. It was something different. Life is life. Ain't that the truth? How's your family doing? Don't forget. Mary. Mary, how's your family doing? I agree, host. I hope you guys are doing good and everything. Carrie says present is a gift. Maybe that's what it was. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think present was a gift. So past is history, and future is mystery, and present is a gift. Yeah, I think Carrie got it right. Thank you. All right, so we're going to close down here soon. They're good, Sir Mike. Everything was good. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to close down and go try to find some lunch here. Been 2 hours on here. All right. Peace out. Thank y'all for coming. You guys are awesome. You guys are wonderful. Hope y'all have a wonderful day or night, depending on where you're at. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.